diamonds on my records. Since 15, coming down, ripping Texas. How you gonna neglect this? You was just a hot mess. You can call Tyrone. You ain't got to lie, Craig. What about my body? You don't want my body? Acting like I'm nobody. You gon' make me call somebody. Let's go, little kitty cat. Think it's time to go. Let's go, little kitty cat. You don't want no more. Let's go, little kitty cat. You better call Becky with the good hair.
Greetings. What's up, extra? Y'all should be used to my extra ass right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is TaKenyah. Subscribe if you're new. Go watch the old videos and then subscribe. Yeah, just interact with your girl. If you're coming back, I love you. You know this. Thanks for interacting with me in the comments. So this video is for my sister, Ashley. In my last video, I mentioned that I am pretty much pregnant with child. I have a whole baby. No, I'm not. What I meant by that is I'm healing my inner child. And by doing that, it does take some work. And I'm working on a few things, not only in therapy, but spiritually with my spiritual teacher. Quick side note, just in case you want to know, I just came back from my best friend's graduation. This came from Torrid. This came from Torrid. These are pants, palazzo pants from Prim. They're stretchy, just in case you're a big girl like me. They do fit. Jewelry, a gift, hair wrap, earrings from the beauty supply girl. I don't really, my outfits don't be that much. The only thing, I think the most expensive thing might be the pants. But yeah, that's where my outfit came from. Anyway, let's discuss. Back to healing my inner child. So, here's how it goes for me. Let me put a disclaimer. I am not a therapist. I am not a spiritual teacher. I am not any of those things. My channel is about my journey to where I want to be. I want to be a nationally syndicated talk show host, and I would also love to be a media mogul. Well, I will be. I am. I have to say these things and speak them into existence, but that's what I want to be. So in doing that, I created this channel so it could be my vehicle in my journey, so I can go back and look back and see how I got there. But now let's get into the video. Healing the inner child. Here's how I got to it. I have been struggling with my weight for as long as I've been breathing and eating hog maws and chitlins with my grandma. And I've always been a big girl. I was an emotional eater, and I just found this out as I got older. I was an emotional eater because of the issues I dealt with when I was a child. And food was just always there. I've been about morbidly obese pretty much my whole life. I've been told by the doctor every time that I need to lose weight, I'm morbidly obese, and I mean, I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to be at risk of diabetes. I don't want to have a hard time walking and going to concerts and not being able to fit in the chair. But I honestly, until recently, I don't have the self-awareness to know how to even start from here in my brain to get started. Like, you want to. When I tried, I failed. When I did diets, that didn't work. Shit just did not work for me, and it didn't matter how much. Like, I tried, it just, and what I'm learning to do, if it don't work, try something else. And I tried keto, but I'm a diabetic, so diabetics can't do keto. So don't tell me, I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm figuring it out on my own. Okay. So most recently, here's what happened. I had a breakdown in my apartment. I was on the couch, and I just was down. I was down. And I asked the God in me, these are the things I believe. I'm not Christian. I'm a spiritual person. But I asked the God in me to give me guidance on how to get myself out of this. So I was guided to a video on YouTube by this girl. I do believe her name is Sydney. She's the dark-skinned black girl with the blue eyes, gorgeous. Sydney. And she started talking about visualization and she's recommended this video on Netflix called Heal. And then the video on Netflix called Heal. Now, the crazy thing is, Sydney is a small girl, and she was dealing with weight issues. And the title of the video said, how to lose weight without exercise, whatever. And I promise, I swear to God, I was not looking for that. But as soon as I put into the universe that I needed help and I felt locked in, her video was on my timeline, and I pressed play. So she started talking about how she lost weight, and she's talking about visualization. So she recommended this documentary on Netflix called Heal. So I went to the documentary on Netflix called Heal. I watched it, and they started talking about the power of visualization. So I said, okay. I asked for this. I asked for help. I asked to lose weight. Cool. This is what we're gonna do. I sat on the couch. I went into meditation, and I tried to visualize myself being smaller. And every time, and you can ask my friends, I can tell you what I want to be in the future. I can tell you what I want to do in the future. I can tell you where I want to live. I can tell you how much money I want to make. I want to tell you what I want to do for the African American culture. I am a philanthropist in my brain. I am a media mogul, a nationally syndicated talk show host. I am all of these things in my brain visualizing. But if you were to ask me, what do I look like in my head at a smaller weight? I can't see her for the life of me. And it's crazy. So I sat on the couch and I said, okay, I'm visualizing. I go into meditation. I don't see nothing, but then a little girl pops up. And I remember this little girl because about 2 years back, I was trying to discover my spirituality because my grandmother had died and I was going through it. And I went into meditation and I saw a little girl. And I had to walk down a long hallway. I don't know if y'all ever played Super Mario, but when you gotta go to Bowser, there's this long red hallway that you gotta get to. And that's what it seemed to me. So when I got to the end of the hallway, it was a big ass boulder and a little rock, like Patrick. But it was just like something in front of it. Like it was like a big ass boulder and it was somebody in it. So I moved the rock. It was a little girl in the corner with a bear in her hand, and she was scared. And I asked her who she was, and she told me she was me. So this was back in 2016. I was scared as shit. This was my first time ever meditating on some shit like this. So I was like, whoa, like this is too much. Now remember this part. I meditated, saw the little girl in 2016. Have to be 16. Fast forward 2019 of this year, and I told my best friend, like back in 2016, I also met my spirit guide. Her name is Amia. She gave me her name. Like this is some shit I can't make up. I really can't. Like y'all, I'm trying to tell you. I met my spirit guide. I met the little girl TaKenyah. I met all of that shit, and I just stopped meditating because it got scary, and I feel chills when I talk about it because it's like crazy to me. So fast forward to 2019, I'm on my couch and I'm meditating. And I start to visualize skinny TaKenyah, and the first thing I see is the boulder with the little girl. I walk into the boulder with the little girl and I asked her, do you remember me? Because I remember her. I said, do you remember me? She was like, yeah, you left me. And when I tell you, I just weeped. I weeped because, and I'm getting emotional now, as a little girl, I really felt neglected. I really did. And I feel like, you know, even though my grandmother was there, even though my family members was there, I still felt alone because I didn't have my mom and my dad. And it was just really hard. Whew, real niggas don't cry in there. What's up, school crap? And so when she said that to me, it was something to me that was like, I even neglected me. Like I felt so bad for her, and I picked her up and I told her I will never ever leave you again. And I promised her that, and I held her in my arms. And I know this may sound crazy to y'all, but that was the journey of healing my inner child. She's a 6-year-old little girl, and I don't remember exactly what I was going through at 6, but I'm assuming that's where my neglect started. And I told her I would never leave her again. So I started treating myself as if, because now I'm aware of the little girl, I started treating myself like a 6-year-old. As a mother, how I would a 6-year-old who doesn't know any better. And this 6-year-old has been running rampant in my life for a long time. Food is her comfort. She does what she wants to do. If you know anything about TaKenyah, I do what the fuck I want to do. So imagine a 6-year-old feeling that way with the 24-year-old TaKenyah. I'll be 25 in September. So I've just been working with her, and I'm learning the differences in where the 24-year-old TaKenyah wants to be on the straight and narrow path to her success. She wants to get everything that she wants to do. She wants to be a media mogul. She wants to be a nationally syndicated successful talk shows. She wants to be the catapult for change for the Black community. She wants to enlighten it. She wants to da-da-da. Little baby TaKenyah want to eat, sleep, do what she want to do, go to the movies, spend money, not be responsible, blow on credit cards. And I know it sounds crazy. It's okay if you don't believe me. It's okay, I'm just telling my truth because I'm telling my sister, Ashley, what's going on. So I hit up my spiritual teacher, and he told me that I got into my archaic files or some shit like that, which is a spiritual term. I still ain't looked it up, but whatever. So then I went to my therapist, and I told her the same thing. I feel like it's too, because I used to think that I was just insane. I thought I had I used to think I had like mental health issues that weren't diagnosed. I thought I had multiple personality disorder because I feel like I can't control myself. But then when I found out that there's a 6-year-old living in me that is neglected and she needs love, I told my therapist. So ironically, my therapist was like, that's so, cool, because I was just reading up on this therapy called internal family systems. So she told me that she was into it, but she didn't know who she could try it on because she didn't have a client that would be willing to do it. That's where I came in. So I told her, well, let's try. I'll be your guinea pig. I'm really trying to lose weight, and I'm trying to do it the way that I want to do it, so let's try. So let me tell you what internal family systems is. There's 3 components of the rejected child. And there's 2 sides. There's the spiritual side, which is my spiritual teacher was telling me, but my therapist obviously went to school for this. In therapy, there's the manager, there's the firefighter, and there's the exile. So in my case, the exile is a 6-year-old. She's the one with all of the feelings, the hurt heart. She's the one who I avoid. She's the one that when I'm triggered, I'm ready to fight. She's the one that takes me into places that I don't like to go. She's the one that has to be maintained, which is why I eat so fucking much, because I'm so triggered sometimes. The firefighters are the people who keep her at bay. So in order to do that, those are the bad decisions that I make. The firefighters put out the fire of the exile. So the exile does not have to be in the picture anymore, which is the 6-year-old girl. The manager is me. It's me. It's the person that you see on camera. If you know me in person, it's the person that you see in real life. It's the person that is well put together. It's the person that, carries this shit like a ton of bricks, but you'll never know I'm going through anything because I'm good. That's who the manager is. And the manager wants nothing to do with the exile, hence the firefighter. So, it sounds insane. In order to work with all of these people, the 6-year-old girl, aka the exile, aka my inner child, we have to start asking some questions. And we have to start digging deep, because my therapist even mentioned that therapy for us hasn't been as to the core as she's wanted it to be. So this internal family systems therapy by Dr. Richard Schwartz, who's the founder and he's the one who studied this. This I believe is going to be the catalyst for my healing. And with my spiritual teacher, I'm gonna take some classes with him to figure out, who else needs to be healed, because what he was telling me is just as sure as there's a 6-year-old, there could be a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, an 18-year-old, in my case, the most recent hurt, which was losing all of those family members, there could very well be a 21-year-old I need to heal. But I gotta start with the 6-year-old first, you know what I'm saying? So, that is what is going on with me. That is what it takes to heal my inner child. And I'm scared. I do avoid my inner child. I know that I do, and I'm trying most recently. I'm not as hard on myself as I used to be. I don't beat myself up in the head. You know, I give myself time. I'm nicer to myself. I give myself positive affirmations to say every day to the little girl. Because if I was a mother, these are the things that I would do for my 6-year-old child. So I'm doing that with me. And so that is what the inner child healing is. And that's what I've been doing. And I will continue to do in my humble abode of peace and tranquility with my humidifier in the bed. And that's what's been going on with me. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. In terms of the surprise, we'll have to talk about that. I think I took a humble L. I really think I did. But shit is still playing out in the background. So when it all comes together, I'm going to tell you everything that's going on, I promise. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for those who've been rocking with me since TaKenyah Talks podcast, since TaKenyah YouTube. Thank you. I love you. And I'll be back.